That's right. I'm sorry you had to wait so long. It's Notre Dame Update 2014 from the Jersey Shore. My name's Scott Mahnken. As always, I'll be your host, and proud to be host of Notre Dame from the Jersey Shore. When you have a chance, take a look at our archives from last year. Just made them all public. Some of those insights, some of those comments will really leave you thinking. Today I want to take a look at the 2014 season. But before I do, I have to comment on the recent academic scandal. You know, Devarius Daniels, Kavari Russell had bright futures at Notre Dame, very bright futures. And Kavari had realized his and was about to enter into a year that was going to position him very highly in the NFL draft. Mr. Daniels needed this year to get back on track. He's shown signs of trouble, and here we go again. For Kendall Moore, you know, here's a kid who was on the cusp, and Ishaq Williams, you know, when we look back, Ishaq came out with that draft class of Aaron Taylor, Stephon Tuitt, 3 5-star projected athletes, all came out with different paths. Let's take a look at the 2014 season. We look back at last year, it was 9-4. Obviously we had the Everett debacle. Tommy did what he could to make the year and put it together. And overall, I think it was what we could have expected. A little bit disappointing, some signs of overachievement. And we ended with that bowl game against Rutgers. Not a team I wanted to play. I think the Irish could have set the bar higher there. But the outcome of the game was significant. It showed some momentum and helped with some of the recruiting. You know, I mentioned recruiting, and I'm not going to mention names in this particular Notre Dame update from the Jersey Shore. But the college kids, the high school kids that are making commitments and backing out, it's very discouraging. And when I put commentary out there, I hear back, well, they're kids, they're 18, they're 19. Hey, these kids are claiming to be adults. I had to make adult decisions at that time, so did you. And the word commitment, right? Whether it's your marriage, whether it's to your children, whether it's to your family, it's no different when it's to a university. No one twists your arm. Before you commit to yourself and make sure you're sure. Moving on to the schedule. Hey, a couple neat things this year. What I like about this year's schedule is we're going to play some teams that never seen before in South Bend or even on the road. Starts out with Rice, not the food. The school down in Texas. I looked back in Rice last year at a 10-4 record. What's up with that? Big offense, but the schedule was a little bit weak, right? Some teams you might not recognize. I see the Irish. Well, here's a comment about Rice. They played A&M in a bowl game last year, lost by 21, but did put up 32 points. So here's what's going to happen. Game 1, Notre Dame 28, Rice 17. They're going to leave steamed. That's a home game. That's 3:30 on August 30th. Let's move forward to the game against Big Blue, September 6th, 7:30 game under the lights in South Bend. Michigan, Brady Hoke's team coming off a 7-6 year. One of my good friends went to Michigan. Mickey the attorney, I'm sure Jeff, his friend, and he are going to watch some of these updates and appreciate what I have to say about this game. You know, Michigan did some things last year that were disappointing. And I think Hoke turned it around towards the end. I think he captured some momentum. And certainly their recruiting this past season has been strong. Not strong enough. 23-21 Irish. September 13th. 7:30 game. Part of the Shamrock series. We're playing Purdue. I don't get it. It's at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's going to be a 34-13 Irish win. I think the Irish offense, I think everything goes right in that game, and it leads into a bye week, so we needed to. September 20th, do something with the family that week. I know I would. Let's go to September 27th. We're going to play the Cuse, a 7-6 Cuse team from 2013. We're playing them here in the Garden State. I'll be there. East Rutherford, New Jersey. I don't know what they call it anymore. It used to be the Meadowlands. Hey, that game's going to be a 24-17 look-ahead Irish win. That's why we're looking ahead to the 3:30 game at home, Stanford, October 4th, 2 days after my wedding anniversary. Well, you got another game to look ahead to then, but I'll talk about that later. 2017 Irish win. Following week, the 11th, a team that I don't like, and I'll tell you why. It has to do with the running back they have that backed out of his commitment to Notre Dame. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. 3:30, North Carolina comes to South Bend. I hope the boys keep a grudge and teach kids you commit when you recruit, or we beat you bad. Here's the problem. Look ahead game. Irish win 2017, because on the 18th, the big game of the year, circle it on your calendars. Get to the deli, buy your cold cuts, lock the wife and kids out. Here we go. Florida State, time to be announced. You know what? They're going to bury the game in the afternoon if the Irish have a rough start. I don't see that. It'll be a night game if the Irish do what I think, but it's going to be a loss. Irish scored 10. Seminoles 31. Let's move on. Let's move on to Navy and get back on the winning track. 8 p.m. Landover, Maryland, a 27-13 win against the Midshipmen. November 8th, another tough game. This used to be the Shamrock Series. I'm confused. Arizona State, time to be announced. Yeah, if they want to kill us, why don't we play it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Let's play it at night. Let's lose 17-27. Irish second loss of the year. We come back to a tough game. You know, this used to be a game the Irish would open up their season with when I was a kid against Northwestern. I remember Ron Paulus throwing 472 touchdowns one time in his opening game, I think it was. Was it him or Meyer? I think it was Paulus. But the bottom line is Northwestern used to not have good teams, but ever since that one coach came along, I forget his name now. But I'll update you in future updates on the Jersey Shore. Notre Dame, Northwestern, 3:30 at home. Notre Dame 24-13 in a tough game. I'll tell you a game that scares me. November 22nd, 3:30, Louisville. Louisville's coming to South Bend, bringing in a 12-1 team. But you know what they're not bringing in? Teddy touchdown, Teddy Bridgewater. Gone. Notre Dame 2017. Because Louisville hasn't seen anything like the Irish. Hey, we're going to end the season. California, sunny California, in LA, playing the Trojans on the 29th, right around Thanksgiving time. It'll be the Saturday after your turkey dinner. Time to be announced. It'll be a night game. And I'm not going to give you a score on that game. I'll tell you why. A lot of things have to come together in this puzzle. And I can go either way on that. All right, so I'm not going to comment. I'm sorry for my friends out in California that have been writing me and talking about Trojan-Notre Dame rivalries. My friend Mac out in Chicago, looking forward to seeing some things. Not going to talk about the SC game, but I will talk about this, and I'll end this Notre Dame update from the Jersey Shore like this. I'm going to give you 3 players on offense that I think are important to this year's team. Let's start out with Greg Bryant. He came as a highly hyped freshman from North Carolina, stayed true to his commitment, had some trouble his freshman year. Hey, it's not easy, guys. Little knee trick was bothering him. So we didn't see all of this explosive, well-chiseled young man in 2013. But in 2014, the nation's going to see the real Greg Bryant. And you're going to see a breakout runner. Now, no disrespect to Torian Folson, who did a great job last year and is right there on the same level. And certainly, Cam, we know what you can do. So 3 running backs are going to make the Irish have a real strong running game this year. Now, on the outside, I don't think we're going to miss Mr. Daniels. Here's what's going to happen. Corey Robinson is teed up for a huge year. The Admiral's son becomes the general of wide receivers. Mark my words, that's the biggest guarantee I can give you in the 2014 season. Corey Robinson lights it up, stays healthy. Kyle Brinza. This guy's just maybe the greatest kicker in Notre Dame history. clutch, can kick from far out, punts, does it with leadership. Love you, Kyle. Expect big things. We're going to need you this year. Right? That offense is a puzzle coming together. Let's go to the defense. And Elijah Shoemate from the Garden State, Don Bosco. We expect big things from you, Elijah. Max Redfield, highly recruited from the left coast. Big things, Max. This is your year. You've had the time to learn. The two of you at safety could dominate. Here we go. My favorite, Joe Schmidt, the walk-on. Now now he gets, he doesn't have to walk on, let's put it that way. He's part of the roster. But I'm really looking forward to this kid who works so hard. They say he's undersized. I haven't seen enough of him play, but I'm looking forward. And lastly on defense, he should just be known as one name right now, but Jalen. Jalen, take care of business this year. Hey, I'm Scott Mahnken. This is the Jersey Shore. We live, love, and breathe Notre Dame football, and I know you do too. We'll see you next week with an update where we'll go deeper into the position players and deeper into some of the insights to provide you with a perspective on 2014's Notre Dame football team. Thanks a lot for joining. Stay safe.